very first promo we have of Season 7 is Tip-Off, and you've got a bunch of 85 overall Masters and a Grandmaster of that 87 overall Morant, who you can see on that home screen over there. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can get all of them, and it starts off by taking a look at the limited time event. Now you will notice that it is a 7-day promo, which might limit exactly how far you can get no money spent. I do think you should be able to get yourself a couple of the 85 overall Masters. I'm not sure whether you'll be able to get Morant. That might depend a little bit on luck and how many events you're playing through, but let's take a look at this promo. You can see there are two sort of sections to it. There's the top section, which is different events unlocking at different times. The very first one will be unlocked, and that will reset every 24 hours. The one underneath that will then unlock 12 hours after the first one is unlocked, and then every 12 hours we should get a new event unlocking until all of these will be unlocked on that very final day of the event. Now you'll notice that means that we will get more and more events as we go through the promo, because on day 1 you'll have in total 2 events to play through. On day 2 you'll have 4 events to play through, and it will just keep going on bit by bit. Obviously we have more than 7 days worth of events over here, so I reckon we will get a couple more unlocking on certain days. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but eventually we will have all of these events unlocked, and inside each one you're going to be able to get yourself 750 of the tip-off points, and also a pack which is going to give you anywhere between a 72 and a 76 overall non-stop NBA player. Now these players will become very useful in the set later on, but those points are also really useful in helping out in the milestones, and we'll get onto that in a little second. But you'll also notice these blitz events. Now these ones cost yourself 50 stamina. There are 20 of them every single day you can play through, and they will each give you 500 of these tip-off points, and those tip-off points again leading to those milestones, helping you get through them bit by bit. But you'll also notice this player claim offer over here, and this is to claim your 73 overall lamelo ball. Now lamelo ball is slightly different to the other 85 overall Masters in that he is going to be upgraded bit by bit, but what you'll notice with him is that he is giving out a tip-off points boost, and that is really useful, because if I go ahead to my team over here and I stick him in, say at that point guard spot, you will notice he will then give out that boost when I play through some of the events. So instead of giving me the 500 points, I will get that little percentage boost on top of 500 to give me those extra tip-off points, which will really help me out. And as you upgrade him bit by bit, you'll get more and more tip-off percentage points boost. And there are some other players which do that, which I'll go on to in a second. But with those tip-off points, you are basically going to go through these milestones, getting some extra players, getting some jump ball tokens to upgrade your lamelo ball. You'll also get yourself some select packs, so a 72 overall one, 73, 74, boom and bust packs at those 81 overall players, an 81 overall select pack, and those are the boosted players. So if you get one of them, make sure you're sticking them on your team, because those will help you out the most when playing through the event. And you can see you'll get your first 85 overall master, that lamelo ball, at 124,000 tip-off points. And then a bit further on from that, you'll get 148k points, giving you that second 85, a third 85 at 200k, and then a fourth 85 at 300k. Now you will notice there are 2 sets of milestones. There's these ones over here, and there's also an extra set leading up to that 85 Trey Young. Now I don't know exactly how this is going to work, because as you can see, it's going to unlock on the 10th of December. There's 3 ways in which this can go. One being that it starts counting your points tally from the 10th of December when these unlock. So before the 10th of December it's 0 points, and then when these unlock, then you'll start collecting points. Could work like that. It could also work like you have to get up to the end of these milestones before you can even start unlocking these milestones. That is the second option. Or the third option is that if you are at 120,000 by the time these will unlock, you'll just get to the end straight away. I don't know which of the 3 is going to follow. We'll just have to wait and find out. But that is going to give you another 85 overall master in Trey Young. Let's take a look at the sets now. This is where you're upgrading that lamelo ball. Now you'll notice that I can't actually stick him into this set to upgrade him from 73 to 75. And this is a question I get asked a ton of times. And the reason for this is because he has been equipped to my lineup. So what I want to do is go back to my lineup, take him out of the lineup, and then I'll be able to use him in the set to upgrade him. So whenever I have a jump ball token, I'll then take him out of my team, put him in the set, get the next overall version of him, and then put the better overall version of him back into my team to keep getting those points percentage boost in the events, because that is the key to this promo, getting as many points possible from those events. And you'll notice bit by bit, you'll upgrade him, each needing one of those tokens until you get up to that 85 overall version of him. And each time, the amount of points boost he's giving out goes up little by little until you got up to that 85 version. You'll notice below that there are some exchange sets. Now this one over here is exchanging anywhere between a 64 to 81 overall player. Obviously you're going to be putting in the low overall players majority of the time to get yourself 1600 of these tip-off points. Now this one, it is dependent on whether you want to use your players on this set, or you want to use them in trade up sets, or you want to sell them on the auction house or buy them on the auction house to using this set, that is entirely up to you. You'll notice it has a 6-hour cooldown, meaning I can do this one every 6 hours to get myself the points to help me through those milestones. To the right of that, this is where you're using those players I mentioned you're getting earlier from the events. And as you can see, there are 2 in particular. There's this one over here, which is exchanging 2 of every single overall from 72 to 76 to get myself one of these 81 overall players. And there is another one, which is just 15 random 72 to 76 overall players for another select pack. Now, I suggest for your first 81, it doesn't matter which one you do. The one that you can do the quickest, do that one, because the 81 overall players, each one is also, like the lamelo ball, giving out a points boost. And you can use that on your team, use that to your advantage, and get more points from the event. So make sure you're doing these 2 sets at least 4 times to get 4 of those 81s, because that is the most you can possibly get. Sticking all of them on your team plus the lamelo ball and whatever other 85s you get will get you so many tip-off points, and that is the key when it comes to the promo. To get Ja Morant, this is where it becomes a bit tricky as a no money spent player, but you're going to need the 85 lamelo ball, 85 Drew Holiday, 85 Levine, and the 85 Jokic, all of those players to get yourself the 87 Ja Morant. You'll notice Trey Young isn't on here. Don't really know why, but those are the 4 masters required to get yourself the 87 Ja Morant. And obviously, to get all the way up to that, that is 300,000 tip-off points to get yourself those 4 masters to then get Ja Morant. So it's going to be a bit tricky in trying to get him no money spent, but there are some offers in the store to potentially help you out. And you'll notice if you scroll all the way over to the end, there is a free claim pack, which is going to give you 250 points every single day. Make sure you're definitely doing that one, because it is completely free and really easy to do. There's 5k coins, or you can watch an advert for 250 points. Again, that is a daily offer, and you can buy 5 of them every single day. You'll notice here, as you can see, I've got through that very first milestone of the rewards, so I get myself a little pack over here. Let's see what we can get. We are going to get ourselves a 72 overall Anderson, which I can then use in the sets to help me try and get some 81 overall players. And that's how the events work. You're getting points for them to help you get through the milestones, to then get the players, to then be able to put into the sets to try and get the 81s, to then get more points, and so on and so on. It kind of works like a little chain, as it were, or a little circle, trying to go round and round and getting more points, because that is ultimately going to get you the masters to help you get through the promo. Again, the jump ball tokens are just for lamelo ball. It is 124k points to get lamelo ball up to 85 overall, 148k for your second 85, 200k for your third 85, and 300k for your fourth 85. Again, potentially Trey Young as well, depending on how you have to go ahead and get him. But in terms of calculations, it is really tricky to do, because it does just depend on how quickly you can get those 81s, because the quicker the better, because that means you're going to have more events played through, with the boost being equipped so you can have more points per event. So it is really tricky to do any types of calculations with this event. It's going to be a tough grind, but it might be worth it for a couple of you guys if you are trying to get yourself that 87 overall playstyle select Ja Morant, who you'll notice on the home screen does give out, is looking like a positional gold playmaking boost. So that might be something you want to try and get. Let me know in the comments section down below whether you're going to try and play this promo and get yourself some of the masters, and if so, which masters are you most interested in trying to get. And if you want to go check out other ways of getting elite players for absolutely free, go check out the video in the bottom left hand corner. I went through quite a few tips and tricks that have helped me out to get nearly a full elite team, so go check out the video in the bottom left hand corner, and I'll see you guys in that one. Peace.